And fantastic. So appreciate my friend Quiteria coming in to help explore our connecting skill. And today, one of the connecting skills that we're going to talk about is choosing kindness. Choosing kindness as part of building our relational resilience starts with the moment of inquiry. And our moment of inquiry to help engage this skill is, how can I act kindly in this situation? How can my kindness help this relationship? And part of what we like to frame for kindness is that it's sort of easier said than done, right? It's something that we work through, and sometimes it's our own story that prevents us from authentically being kind. And of course, this skill builds on and is predicated on the idea that I myself am centered, and then from that centered place, I can then choose kindness. Quiteria, when I say choosing kindness, what are some of your first reactions to that skill?
Well, I think that I want to say Phil, I'm working on feelings these days. I feel like you need to move out of your head and into your heart and start to look for that connection with another person. And I think if you think about that connection, when you consciously think, I want to connect, it just can't stay up here. It has to come down into here. And then when you come down into here, you can, I think your heart is kind. So it allows you to reimagine the situation in a way that you can be heartfelt with that person in that moment.
I love that. I love that. And you talked about the word conscious, and within our skill, and we wordsmith things, the word choosing kindness was placed there for a reason, because I think that sort of mirrors what exactly you're kind of talking about. And then also too, when we talk about kindness, right? Part of that is that empowerment that I hear with that idea of conscious choice, right? If I'm centered and I'm inviting connection, there's only so much I can do, because connection is actually a two-way street, right? And so my wife uses the term, kill them with kindness. And I don't know about the killing them, but really that's the only dimension, if I'm trying to work through or make myself open to a connection, that I can actually put my attention on. In your life, in your background, how has choosing kindness shown up?
Well, I mean, I taught for 30 years in middle school. So in a pretty hectic environment with lots of people in their lives, they have lots of stories. And one of the things I remembered in the course of my education was somebody saying, try standing in the front of your door, and as kids come in, smile and ask how their day was. And the concept was fake it till you make it, go in. And it was amazing how much that helped. You went back into the classroom and it opened up your heart, and you could start seeing kids for real people with real backgrounds and real stories, and that they're bringing in with them. So I felt like those are things that I tried to hold on to, didn't often hold on to, but tried to hold on to the idea that, we're in this together. We are attempting to connect and change lives together. And that's where I'd come from.
Oh, well, that's great. It just kind of inspires this idea that you yourself are igniting a virtuous cycle of connection. And sometimes those young kiddos are available for the connection. Sometimes you are or aren't. And that's part of that awareness to kind of drop down and through that relational resilience. So Quiteria, I just want to say thank you so much for sharing your thoughts on choosing kindness with me today.